Hey everybody, Matt Mullen with Apollo Acres here. Today we're going to be working some sheep. So we've got 7 sheep scheduled to go to the processor early tomorrow morning, and so I just wanted to show you all a little bit about how we sort the sheep and how we get them on the trailer and what we're going to do with them. So let's see, let me turn this around. All right, so here you can see I've got the sheep in this small little paddock area here. It's kind of like a big holding area. We've just got some of these cattle panels and some electric netting going around them. They haven't been here too long. This is just so we could get them through this corral here, which I'll show you next. So this corral's been really awesome. But basically, I haven't fed them any hay today, so I'm going to throw some hay down in this area, kind of draw them in. Close them off with some of these cattle panels here in the middle, and then this works as like a gate and like a, I don't know, I call it a sweep. So this will come out here. We'll put some hay down, draw them in, and then we can kind of sweep this gate closed, and you can keep closing and closing. So you're kind of trying to force them down through this channel. And so here I've got a guillotine gate. So there's a rope that goes across. So it just makes it easy to access. You can be working the sweep and be grabbing this rope, and then you can let, however many sheep you want in at a time. We usually just do like 1 to 3. Close the gate here. Here we can kind of figure out, whether these are the wethers that we're going to process or not. You can lift this up to get better access to them, and then we've got another little sliding gate here. You can just open and close. Now this is like an extra thing that we got that I think is pretty cool. We probably won't be using it today, but it's just it's a head gate, so that you can get the sheep in here, kind of lock around their neck. And then you've got these panels here, which open up completely. So now you can really, the sheep's held still by the head gate, and you can really inspect them, see if they're a boy or a girl. You could probably milk them here if you wanted to, ear tag them, whatever. So this is pretty nifty, but we won't really be using this much today, I don't think. Another little channel here, and then my favorite part about all this, we've got this 2-way gate. So as you can see, I've got the next paddock set up right on the other side of this corral, probably about maybe a 1/4 acre area, going around here to this side. So all the sheep that we aren't bringing to the processor, we're gonna kind of manipulate this gate here, so you can see how this side towards me is closed off and it's open on the other side. So then when we know we've got sheep coming down this channel that aren't going to the processor, we'll just slide that gate open, let them out into the new paddock. And then when we get sheep that are going to the processor, then all you got to do is lift this guy and move it over to that side. Now the new paddock is blocked, and they'll come out this way. And so right now this is just open, but normally I would put my those heavy black cattle panels that you see out there, right here on the other side of this gate, to kind of close them off from everyone else. However, I'm currently using all my nice panels with this current setup. So I think after I kind of get the sheep in here and get them started in the sweep, I'll close off this area with the cattle panels as tight as I can, and then I'll be able to remove 4 or 5 cattle panels here in order to make a little holding pen on the other side of this this 2-way gate. All right, so with that said, I think it's time we start sorting sheep. All right, they see me coming with a little bit of hay, and they're already coming the way I want them to, so we'll throw one of these leaves of hay in here, see if we can get them all in the general area. And I'm going to move behind them and see if I can kind of close off these panels behind all the sheep. Try to get them all at once if I can. We've got 3 that don't know where to go. So I'll just kind of walk behind them. All right. Step 1 was easy enough. Now I can just move these panels and get them in a good small area so that there's not really anywhere to go besides into the sweep. That's the idea, at least. Yeah, I think this is working pretty good. All right, so I can disconnect this one in theory. There we go. And connect it to this one. There we go. All right, so now I've got them pretty well secured in a nice small area, and that frees up these other panels. Let me turn the camera a little bit so maybe you can see a little better. I'm kind of off to the side, but so you can kind of see where I disconnected my panels over here and just connected it back to this smaller area that I've got the sheep in now. So now I can take those panels that were used to secure them in their previous paddock, and I'm gonna move those over to this other side and create my little holding pen for the ones that we're gonna load on the trailer, and that'll be where they stay until we can get them loaded up. All right, so I'm gonna move these panels and create my holding pen. All right, so now I've got 4 of those panels moved over to here, to this side. So these 2 are on each side of this gate. So now when I want to let the ones that are going to the processor out this side of the 2-way gate, I've got a nice holding area for them. I did go and take some twine from the hay and just tied off these extra posts just in case they get a little excited and try to knock them over. These are great, but they can tip over because they're not super heavy. So I went and tied those off. Like I said, the other side of my gate goes out to that new pasture on the other side. So at this point, I think we're pretty much all set, ready to go. Now once we get them in here and we get all the rest of the sheep in the new paddock area, I'll take 2 more of those panels, put it on here, and we'll use that as like a chute to go up the ramp on the back of the trailer. And I'll show you that as soon as we get these sheep sorted. Let's go. All right. Now I apologize if this perspective isn't great, but I'm doing the best I can so that you can see as much of this process as possible. So let me go and put another little bit of hay in here where I want them to go. This sweep gate has got to open up. There we go. And so if I can get them in there going towards that hay, then I can just sweep that gate right behind them, and then we'll be good to go. I'm not sure if they'll all fit at once. Surprisingly, it gets pretty close. Probably 20 of them can fit in there. All right, come on everybody. So, you know, what we found works pretty good for us moving animals is, you know, a little carrot, little stick, Yeah, I'm not gonna get a ton of them, but you know what? I'm gonna have to kind of get them in here a second time anyways. So this actually works out just fine. Oh, but I wasn't thinking that I hung my new reels on this top post for the new paddock, which is not ideal. This might still work out, we'll see. Actually, this is probably working out better. If I'd gotten more sheep in here at once, that probably wouldn't have worked. So, happy accidents. All right, so now I've got them in a nice tight space here. So now I can operate my head gate, try to get a couple sheep to go that way. And I think the wife's gonna join me in a little bit. It's a little easier if you can kind of get one of their heads turned. See, right now, I don't know if you can see it, but all the sheep nearest my guillotine gate all have their butt facing the gate. So really helps if you can get them kind of turned around. You know, animals tend to want to go in the direction that they're facing. So let's see. Come on, turn around, girls. You know, they can go in there backwards, but then it's hard to get them to turn around again. All right. There we go. All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna need another set of hands. So time to call in for reinforcements. Let's get the wife involved. So we got the sheep sorted. We got all the sheep that are staying here on fresh pasture on that side, and all the sheep that are, all of our wethers that are going to the processor are now loaded up on the trailer. So we'll be headed out at about 4:30 tomorrow morning to go get these guys dropped off. And I just want to say a special thank you to our customers in the greater Huntsville area. Without you, we couldn't do this, and we love what we do, and we just want to be providing clean, wholesome food to our community. So for those who placed orders, these are your sheep, and I'm excited to bring them to the processor. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a little something, and I'll see you next time.